Today I'm going to tell you why I decided to use the Peter McKinnon Sling Bag as my go-to bag on my most recent vacation. And stay tuned to the end as I'm going to give you a tip on how to maximize this bag to its fullest potential. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, the camera guy. On my channel, I review Sony cameras, lenses, and accessories that help make that filmmaking process even easier. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Peter McKinnon Sling Bag. Now, I got this thing about 2 months ago. I can tell you that I took it on my most recent trip to Disney World. Absolutely loved using this bag. If you've been with the channel for a little while, I did use the PY Tech backpack for my most recent trip to Disneyland. And I love that backpack, but I decided to really kind of slim down on gear this time. I only brought 3 lenses and 1 camera body when I was out on an all-day shoot. I ended up leaving a bunch of gear back at the hotel, locked up in the safe, of course, but I did that because I wanted to try and go as lightweight as possible. The other nice thing is we did bring a stroller with us, so I was able to take this strap, throw it right on top of the back of the stroller. Anytime that we were using the stroller and I was out just kind of like vlogging, shooting scenes, I didn't have to worry about carrying the bag. With the PY Tech bag, unfortunately, I did have to carry that all around. And when you're down at Disney World, down in Orlando, Florida, when it's 95 to 100 degrees out, last thing you want is to have an extra like 20 pounds sitting on your back. So I thought that this bag would work out so much better, and I was completely right. So let me go ahead and tell you what lenses I ended up bringing with me on the trip. Now, I do have my Sony a7 IV with the 16 to 35 millimeter f2.8, and that's what we're shooting on right now. Now, that was right in the bag. It was locked in down here in this main compartment, and it worked great. Now, I would love to try that new power zoom. Having that power zoom, that f4 when you're out vlogging in the middle of the day, 2.8 is fantastic. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. You need a lot of ND. But generally when I'm out doing these family videos, family vacations, I generally set the f-stop at like 5.6 all the way up to 8. So to have an f4 versus an f2.8, it's not gonna make that big of a difference. You're doing dad videos, right? You don't need that blurry background. Now in low light, the f2.8 is going to do so much better. But I did have my Sony a7 IV with the Sony 16 to 35 millimeter f2.8 in here. Now I also brought with me the Sony 20 millimeter, and this one is an f1.8. So this is good for low light. It's good for nighttime. Now one of the things I did try to experiment a little bit with was doing S-Log3 at night with this camera. At night, it does do a decent job. You still need to overexpose about 0.7 to 1 in order to get that proper roll off on your shadows, your highlights, to get everything looking nice and crisp. Going down to f1.8 definitely helps. I also had the opportunity to use the Sony 24 millimeter previously prior to going on this trip, and going down to that f1.4 would have been nice, but losing those 4 millimeters definitely makes a big difference. So I really liked using this f1.8 lens on the trip. For distance shooting, I also have my Zeiss 85 millimeter f1.8 as well. This thing takes fantastic photos and it takes great video as well. Punching in using the APS-C mode on the Sony a7 IV, you're able to get it out to about 135 to 140 millimeters. Throw on the clear image zoom and you're looking at almost a 200 millimeter lens, about 170 to 180. So you're gonna be able to get a lot of reach. So you're gonna be able to get things that are further away. So like taping any of those stage performances in Orlando, you're gonna be able to be further back and go ahead and get that. Plus, this is the lightest 85 millimeter on the market right now. So this thing is excellent for keeping the bag nice and light. Now I did bring my cap with me just because sometimes when you're shooting that 85 millimeter, you don't want to get any sun flares or anything into the lens. Bringing this with you definitely helps keep everything nice and crisp, nice and sharp. Again, we had the 85 millimeter, we had the 20 millimeter. Now with me, I did take my Peter McKinnon variable ND filters. I got both of them. I got the Signature 2 edition, the 2 to 5 stop right here, and then I have the 6 to 9 stop. The 6 to 9 stop definitely works if you want to go down to like a 2.8 or even an f4. Shooting at f5.6 or f8, getting away with the 2 to 5 stop, I was able to do a lot with just this. And honestly, if I had the f4 lens, I probably could have gotten away with just bringing the 2 to 5 stop. Now, of course, you do need to have step-up rings because at the end of the day, these puppies are $250 each. You don't want to be lugging around $1,000 worth of NDs, one at 67, one at 82. Having 2 82 millimeter ND filters definitely need the step-up ring. You throw it on the 20 millimeter or the 85, you instantly get the ND that you need. I could have gone away with just using 20 millimeters for everything and then just taking the ND on and off, going inside and outside of rides. But instead what I decided to do is continue to use the 60 and the 35 because there are times when you want to zoom in, you zoom out. You don't want to use clear image zoom, have a natural zoom. It definitely looks better. So what's nice about this bag is you do have these sliders. It does allow you to slide things in and out. It has this pouch right here. So generally I have the 6 to 9 stop ND in the zipper pouch, and then I have the 2 to 5 stop right here. And then I take my lens cap and I put that in the other slide. Now I have everything nice, neat, and organized. Now I do bring an extra battery with me. When I was traveling, I did actually bring 2 extra batteries. There are 2 slots for 2 extra batteries in here. Now you can stick some SD cards in here. The only thing is though, you do have to expose those gold prongs, and I don't know if I'm crazy about that. Finally, what did I use for microphone? I did use the D4 Duo. I love this mic so much because you can get audio from the front side and from the back side by just flipping a switch. So this way, if you need to narrate from behind the camera, you can easily do that by just flipping the switch. So this bag is really fantastic because it does have this little clip here. So you got it up on your shoulder. You can throw this clip on and it does semi-seal the bag. That's really a nice feature. That was great thinking on Peter's and Nomadic's process. Just want to let you know, you can definitely fit all day camera gear in this thing. You don't need to lug around a huge camera bag. I'm going to go ahead, show you right now exactly. So you can see here, I can tuck in my Sony a7 IV with the 16 to 35 millimeter GM lens right in here. Got the 85 millimeter over here. And then I can put the Sony 20 millimeter right on top of it. So it fits perfectly. Got my 2 ND filters here. Got my DD4 Duo right here, and I'm good to go. Got 2 battery slots right here to take care of everything. This bag is the one and done bag. It does a fantastic job for me. Absolutely adore this bag. It was a great pickup. I'm really glad I went and got it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those. If you like this video, I'm sure you're gonna like the video on the screen now. Go ahead and click on either one of the videos right now. I'll see you on that next video. Before you leave, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Thanks for watching.